Iran. And game 3, the women's game, Japan taking on the team representing Nepal. Of course, there is plenty to look forward to as we count down to the first match of the day, live here at 12 o'clock. And it's time to take a look now at the first game. Of course, India and Japan. We are not too far away from the opener of today. So let's take a look at the starting team for India. Let's take a look at the starting 7. Starting with their goalkeeper, number 3, Mohammad Ajnas. Number 1, Deepak Kumar. Number 4, Naveen Malik. Number 5, Nateen Balian. Number 6, Pandiyagin Govindaraj. Number 7, Rupinder Singh. And number 9, George Siju. Taking a look at their substitutes, number 8, Mahan Shan. Number 10, Vinesh Madhupale Raman. And number 11, Vinay. They are, of course, led by their head coach, Nikki Majan. Taking a look at Japan, starting with their starting 7, goalkeeper, number 12, Nahoyoshi Henry Kajiyanama. Number 1, Hideyuki Yanagi. Number 2, Kenichiro Akahaji. And number 4, Hiroki Kameno. And number 5, Roski Mura. Number 6, Toya Mori. And number 14, Taise Taniguchi. Their substitutes, number 3, Tetsuya Tora. Number 7, Tomohisa Ono. Number 8, Tatuhiro Ura. Number 9, Yamatu Moto Yakano. And number 10, Yoshikubo. Number 11, Hiroto Kagima. Number 13, Ikukindu. They are, of course, led by their head coach, Ouyang Lee.
Hello and welcome to day 3 of the IFCPF Asia Oceania Championships for 2023. We're live again at the home of the Matildas as we get set up for game 1 of 3. This one in the men's competition between India and Japan. Both of these sides opening their tournaments with losses earlier in the campaign. A chance to set that right here to kick off day 3. It's another triple header. The final of 3 in a row. India take on Japan to start it all off. And we'll go down to the middle of the main picture at the home of the Matildas in Bandura for the national anthems of Japan and India.
We now invite those who are able to be upstanding for the national anthem of India. we now invite those who are able to remain upstanding for the national anthem of Japan.
Now let's take a look at both teams for today's clash, and it's one change for India, who also move around their goalkeeper as well. Mohamed Ajnas, who started outfield yesterday, will go in between the sticks wearing number 3. The outfielders, number 1, Deepak Kumar, number 4 is Naveen Malik, number 5, Nitin Balian, number 6 is Pandiyarajan Govindaraj, number 7 is Rupinder Singh, and number 9 is Sijo George. And for Japan, it's 5 changes, and they have also changed around their goalkeeper. They'll go in goal with number 12, no Yoshihenri Kageyama. Number 1 is Hideyuki Yanagi. He will be outfield. He started the first game for Japan in goal. Number 2 is Kanichiro Akahaji. Number 4 is Hiroki Kameno. Number 6 is Toyomori. And number 14 is Taisei Taniguchi. The referee is Keat Hee Chun. Just to go over those changes, Deepak Kumar comes in for Mohan Shayan, who started India's first game in goal against Thailand. And for Japan, it's Akahaji, Kameno Mori, Naoyashi Henry Kageyama, and Taisei Taniguchi in for Toda, Ura, Motonakano, Kubo, and also Kageyama of the Hiroto variety, felt slightly differently. So they are the teams for today's clash. As both teams get some final instructions. As India get ready to get going. They're just about ready to go themselves. And Japan getting a full squad photo, which is good to see. Showing that they are united in all of this. And they were very much united yesterday in the early win that, or I should say the early loss that they had, but they were playing well, they defended well in the defeat to Iran, losing by 3-0, but you could see that they were working hard for one another. Even if the result didn't quite go their way, they are a team that do look harmonised, and for India yesterday it was a tough result against Thailand to open up their campaign and also their foray into tournament football. They lost by 10-0 against Thailand, but at least India are away. They've set off that milestone and they've ticked that one off the board. As was mentioned, the referee is Keat Hee Chun, who has been rather busy across the start of this tournament. We taking chances. Time to have a say. Oh, nobody say. Mess on me. Can't control my body. If you think you can go with me, baby, turn up this heat. Yeah, bye. It looks as though Japan will get this one underway. It looks as though it would have been Hideyuki Yanagi too. He's instead gone over to the touchline. Just making sure his laces are all tied up. As was mentioned off the top, it's one of 3 games, this one today, as part of day 3 of the IFCPF Asia Oceania Championships. It's one of 2 in the men's competition, with Thailand set to take on Iran from 2:30, and then Japan will play Nepal in the women's competition from 5 p.m. to round out day 3. We've ticked slightly past 12 o'clock now, but still waiting for Japan to return to a full complement. Can attest from personal side of things that with cerebral palsy, tying laces can be quite hard at times, and it can take a lot longer to do it for someone with cerebral palsy than for someone who is able-bodied, so to speak. And so I can completely sympathise here with Hideyuki Yanagi without trying to bring myself into it too much. There's never a good time for laces to become untied. And Hideyuki Yanagi, who started yesterday's game in goal, one of the only players in the men's squad that doesn't play for Esperanza in Japan, plays for CP Kobe. He's all good to go. And the referee will start the game by blowing the whistle, and Yanagi kicks us off from the home of the Matildas in Bundura for day 3. As Singh looks to help it clear towards George, off the knee of Balian, who is again called into action to block that ball forward. Early free kick will go the way of India, who, it's fair to say, didn't quite have the tournament debut that they were hoping for yesterday. But they can now call themselves an IFCPF tournament playing nation. It's sent long from George, the India captain, headed away by Japan and up and over halfway. Here's Mori, one of the 5 changes to be drafted into the team for Japan today. Kahage. Now all the way back with Ryosuke Miura, one of only 2 players to start this game that started the first for Japan, as it's played down the right, but across the byline and behind for a goal kick. India come into this tournament ranked equal 36th in the IFCPF men's world rankings. Japan 14th in their own right. Now with Taniguchi, who ended up finding Kameno. As Japan advanced down their right-hand side, ball out of play. And behind for a goal kick, or a corner. The referee went with goal kick, the assistant referee went corner. And so we'll go with the latter. So an early set piece here for Japan. The assistant referee in a better position as it's taken low and short, ball out of play, and that one is definitely a goal kick. Taken by Mohamed Ajnas, who played off the left for India yesterday and got on the ball a fair bit, but in goal today is goal kick forward. Could only find Toyomori. Moving forward now, Miura towards the edge of the box and on the turn. Unable to quite get it past the goalkeeper was Toyomori. Another one of the Esperanza team over here for Japan. Ball up towards Kumar, who ended up clipping Miura as he looked to take the ball away for Japan. And that'll be a free kick. First meeting between these two nations in IFCPF football. Miura had a bit of space, elected to shoot from distance. It was well wide. The goal kick goes long. Again intercepted by Mori, who can look to move forward. That's some strike. A quite wonderful hit to open Japan's account for the afternoon. A beautiful curling effort into the top left corner. And Toyomori scores Japan's first goal of this competition. In the men's side of things, they are away. It was a lovely curling hit from Toyomori. Japan in front inside the opening 5 minutes.
First goal of the game scored by Japan's number 6, Toyomori.
As India have a corner here as they look to respond. Sent in high towards the middle. Japan should clear their lines here. Bouncing ball and bringing it away is Miura, who's got a couple of options to his left. Checks in field and manages to keep the ball. Picking up the pieces, Kameno. Eventually helped away by Govindaraj. As Japan reload over towards the left-hand side, sent in towards the middle, almost all the way through from Kenichiro Akahagi. But not quite. It's Japan's first goal in men's or women's here in Bandura. Both sides lost their opening game by 3-0. Japan's women's side to the Combank Para Matildas on day one. And Japan's men's side also last played on day one against Iran as the shot comes in from range well over the top from Taisei Taniguchi, who captained Esperanza at the 2023 Club World Cup. Referee unhappy with something here. In fact, he's just gone over just to tie the laces of the Japan goalkeeper, Mohamed Ajnas. I always like seeing this in cerebral palsy football. A bit of sportsmanship. Can never go wrong with that. Sent up towards halfway. Header won by Japan. It's returned back to Mori, who has another look and scores again. He's got his eye in from range as Toyomori. 2 now for him from outside of the box. And Japan double their tally through their number 6.
Goal to Japan, number 6, Toyomori.
It's helped into touch by Miura, who went to the World Championships last year with Japan, which is like the second tier of international football in IFCPF play, the World Cup being the highest level. Both Australia sides made it to their respective World Cup last year. As Japan look to move it down the right-hand side, here's Mori again, who's on a hat-trick. And any opportunity or half chance that he's presented with, he's looking like he'll take a shot with every single one of them. That one he was unable to test Mohamed Ajnas with. Goal kick only as far as Yanagi, who slipped as he hit it. Yanagi, 40 years of age, capable of playing in goal. Not the oldest player in Japan's squad for the tournament. That is their current custodian, the number 12 in Naoyoshi Henry Kageyama, who is 56. As India give away the ball again, Mori had a look again from range. That one was audacious and was heading off target anyway, but Ajnas electing to keep the ball in play rather than letting it go out for a goal kick. Taniguchi, helped away by George. Ball allowed to bounce. Able to deal with it, Miura. Taniguchi has to try and help it further clear. He as well to get away from Kumar. Playing it down the right for Mori, who will cut inside. Might look to shoot again. Elected not to, and George helped it away. It's clipped in towards the middle, not a bad delivery towards Mori, who couldn't quite test Kumar there. Owing to a good block from the Indian defence, ball in towards the middle. They've got options everywhere of Japan. Playing it back there, Akahage. Heavy touch allows Balian in. Taniguchi back there, able to do his defensive duties well. Miura rolling it forward down the inside left channel. One of his teammates on the same page. To run down the right and doing well is Malik. Got an option in the middle if he can find it. And you've got players arriving. Malik went alone. Kageyama got a hand to it. Behind it goes for an India corner. Good run down the right from Naveen Malik, who in India's first game scored in the wrong net. Was oh so close to scoring in the right one this time. George over to take the corner. Yanagi the furthest forward for Japan, as it's a crowded goal mouth. Down away to the right. The referee just wants to keep in check as it's sent in towards the middle. Didn't quite break for anyone wearing an India shirt, and away go Japan. Option forward of the ball is Akahage. Further afield is Yanagi. They're looking to work this well. In the end, the foray forward came to nothing. As Rupinder Singh is down. Can only hope that he's okay. slamming the turf, which is never a good sign. You see the replay there, it was nothing malicious from Kenichiro Akahage, but he went in late as he was trying to play the ball. So we see replay of Toyomori's first inside 4 minutes. And then there's his second. Just a few minutes later, a wonderful left-footed drive. It was just in the follow-through from Japan's number 2 that just caught Rupinder Singh. Absolutely nothing malicious. The ball was in the vicinity, so the option was there to lunge in. You've always got to be careful though when you do that, because quite often your studs are showing. And when studs are showing can hurt as Rupinder Singh moves away from the field of play. Rupinder Singh allowed back on. And India with their number 7 back to a full complement of 7. He's moving forward now is Miura. Helped away and out of play for a throw. Half of the opening half an hour gone. If you are new to cerebral palsy football, it is 2 30-minute halves with no offsides. You must have at least one FT1 player and maximum of one FT3 as they move forward. Shot smothered by Ajnas, and the referee has decided to blow the whistle. And he's given in a Japan penalty. Quite sure what for. There was a scramble in and around the ball. He's given a spot kick for Japan, and it presents a potential opportunity for Toyomori to bring up his hat-trick. And here's the number 6 over the top of the ball. Toyomori looking for goal number 3, and he's missed. Put it off target, and he's made it look so easy from further out that with only Mohamed Ajnas facing him, he couldn't tuck it away. Here's the replay. So there was the scrambling and around it all. Didn't look like much on the replay, but the referee in a miles better position. So you always trust the officials. Miura setting a task for Taniguchi. Good presses from Kumar, who won it back, but only temporarily as Taniguchi looks to bring it away. Ball down the line. Here's Miura looking to atone for that penalty miss, and he almost found the third again. Receiving word that it was given for a handball. Just trying to have a look on the replay. There must have been something there. Didn't look like there was any other infringement, so handball, fair enough. Moving down the right-hand side is Malik. Good bit of work from Miura to shield it over the line. Now to play for ball in from the side for Japan. Good work moving in field from Miura. Look for the switch of play, but cut out. Ball towards Kumar. There's a number of Japan players around him. Now Miura looking to orchestrate something ahead of him. Holds it left for Akahage. Taniguchi in towards Mori, lovely control. So then combined with Kameno, but didn't quite work out. Taniguchi in towards the middle. Helped away only as far as Miura, who had a look, well wide. Japan having plenty of efforts from range. A couple that have come off perfectly for Toyomori. And the 2 goals he scored from outside the box are the difference between the two teams at the moment. Back on the ball. Hage, first time ball in, not a bad idea, just slightly overcooked it for Yanagi, who puts a hand up, realising what Hage was trying to do, but it's just slightly too long in the end. Miura, side of the football towards Mori, back there to defend George, doing well. Sending out of play for a Japan throw. See a replay of that ball in from Japan's number 2. As they look to go forward again, Japan, Mori's there! Would have gone off target, but kept alive. Hage looking to run it down, and in the end, the touchline beat him. 27-year-old winger for Japan showing some good signs. Clipped in towards the middle. The work from Akahage at the edge of the box. Goes inside the area. Shot wide, no deflection, behind for a goal kick. Sent long, chested down onto a volley from Kameno. Would have been absolutely spectacular had it come off, but didn't quite. You get a few points for that in another sport, but not in this one. Govindaraj looking to help his teammate out, and a bit of body contact did help Malik out down the left. India have shown some really good signs, and if not for some expert work from Toyomori, this game would be closer. Here's Akahage in a bit of space though. He elected to shoot and was going well off target, but Ajnas making the save. Might not have been to know. Ajnas where that ball was going. Better safe than sorry. Clipped in from Akahage. Not a bad ball in. Bobbles around the goal mouth. Sent away as far as Taniguchi looks to reload. A little bit scrappy, but trying to scramble it clear. Kahagi over towards the right-hand side, towards Toyomori, who, aside from the penalty miss, has had a good first half. He's looking for the hat-trick. How in the world has he found the back of the net from there? Tight angle, but Toyomori did brilliantly to find a bit of space in between the goalkeeper and the post. Tucks it away, and now he does bring up his hat-trick. From the Japan right, went low and found the corner. Squirmed just underneath the goalkeeper, Mohamed Ajnas. And it's now a third for Japan, and all three have gone the way of their number 6. Mohamed Ajnas going over to one of the India coaching staff. And he's given the gloves up. Just for a new pair, it looks like. Wondered for a split second as to whether he'd be either coming off or putting an outfield shirt on. He, as mentioned, played outfield in the opening game for India. As Japan will take the opportunity to have a bit of water. It's 25 degrees here at the moment in Bandura. It doesn't feel that hot, but it's fine to say that up here in the gantry. Out there, playing conditions would be a fair bit tougher, I'd imagine. Set to reach a high of 28 degrees today. And it's only meant to get warmer across the week as well. I say only, there will be a couple of colder days, having checked the forecast, but it'll get up to 30 degrees tomorrow and 29 with a bit of rain on Wednesday, before a tournament high of 31 degrees on Friday. Then a cooler change for the pointy end of the tournament over the weekend. As again, George will look to try and go for goal. We saw that a number of times in India's first clash of the tournament. And over towards the right-hand side for Taniguchi, who will traverse the halfway line and send it central all the way through to Akahage. And it just went wide. Miura looking left for Akahage, who rolls it square. Will it be scrambled home? It's cleared off the line. Great piece of defending by Naveen Malik to prevent Japan the chance of making it 4. Look, for all money, like Hideyuki Yanagi was going to tuck it away, but it was a great piece of defending right on the last line to make sure it stayed at 3-0. We'll see it again on the replay. Wonderful ball forward from Miura. Rolled square by Akahage. He just couldn't quite get his feet sorted out to get enough power behind the ball, Yanagi. Take nothing away from the work from India's number 4 to help it clear. Miura looking for Mori, who's already got 3. He's inside the area, goes over, no foul. You do wonder whether he will stay on penalties, given that he spurned the opportunity earlier in the game. And even still with that, he's got a first half hat-trick. In a bit of space now is Kameno, just outside the area, loaded up to shoot, but it was blocked. He's won the ball back though, Kameno. Then he elected to shoot off the upright. Desperately unlucky. Did so well to win the ball back. And his second effort hitting the post. Whipped in towards the middle, almost an expert flick from Kenichiro Akage, but unable to quite get it on target. George back there for India. Shot from Akage was blocked. George still back there for India. Work from Taniguchi. Taniguchi there again. Low effort. Diverted behind by George for another Japan corner as we move towards the end of the 30. What says the 4th official? We'll have 2 minutes at the end of the opening half an hour. It's sent into the box over the head of Yanagi and out of play for a throw.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
Holding short from Singh. Will help it forwards. Only as far as Miura, who took his way forwards. Looked online, but then turned away by Malik, who has done a couple of really good things defensively. Still time for Japan to grab another before the break. Mori over it, went low, wobbling around, went through the legs of Taniguchi, who couldn't get to the ball before the touchline. Holding short from Singh. Worked out well for Govindaraj. Now Taniguchi. Working his way inboard Miura. Get it towards the edge of the box. Or he couldn't shield the ball away from the Indian defence. Kumar. Good work to get away by Miura. Let's make, it was Miura. Liked to have a look. And that will be half-time. 3-goal lead for Japan. And all goals coming off the boot of Toya Mori. And he even missed a penalty in amongst it all and could have had 4. He's got 3 as it stands, and so do his country. India have shown some really good signs. Defending well was Naveen Malik to help the ball both off the line and away from goal with a couple of really telling blocks. But at the break in game 1 of day 3 here at the 2023 IFCPF Asia Oceania Championships in Melbourne. It is India 0, Japan 3. Stick with us here on SBS On Demand. As part of SBS's live coverage of the tournament. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to live coverage of the 2023 IFCPF Asia Oceania Championships from the home of the Matildas in Bundura on the outskirts of Melbourne. It's half-time in game 1 on day 3, and it is Japan's men's side that lead India by 3-0. All 3 goals coming thanks to Japan's number 6, Toya Mori, the 27-year-old, with a quite delightful first-half hat-trick that could have been improved with the fact he missed a penalty as well. I'm sure though if you offered him a first half hat-trick at about 11 o'clock this morning, he'd have taken it. And now he has it. So India perhaps with a little bit of soul searching to do as they have a huddle down away to the left. And here are some of the highlights of Toya Mori. And they have been highlights as well. That's the first one inside 4 minutes. Controlled it into his path, took a couple of touches and just stuck it in the top left corner, as you do. Here's the second one again from outside of the box. A lower drive this time into the bottom left corner. That squirmed underneath the goalkeeper. And this third one from the right-hand side, tight angle. A low ball that just about went inside the upright and into the back of the net. And Japan are making an absolute raft of changes here. Looks like a quadruple switch that will see Riku Kono in the 13, Yoshiki Kubo in the 10, Tetsuya Toda in the 3, and Tatsuhiro Ura in the 8. And the players to come off. Looks like Hiroki Kameno is one of them, as is Ryosuke Miura. Toya Mori is also off, so his day ends with the hat-trick, and Hideyuki Yanagi has gone in between the sticks, which means the end of the day for Naoyashi Henry Kageyama. Everyone keeping up at home? I hope so. So, just to repeat those changes, I'll do so in a moment, and I'm sure the PA will also be across them too. As George hooks it high. Here is one of the substitutes, looking to make an instant impact in Ura. Goes on! And there's an instant impact for you. A very tidy finish. Straight off the bench, into the goals. And it's a 4th early in the second half for Japan. So just while we get a chance to run through the changes, Ura is one of them on, you can see that now. Tetsuya Toda is another, as is Yoshiki Kubo and Riku Kono. Off go number 12, Naoyashi Henry Kageyama. This does Ryosuke Miura, Toya Mori, as well as Hiroki Kameno as the India goalkeeper in Mohamed Ajnas is down here. Once more, we can only hope that he is okay. Every Indian player on the pitch at the moment around the goalkeeper.
Substitution, number 6, Toya Mori, replaced by number 13, Iku Kono. Number 10, Yoshi Kubo, replaced by number 4, Hiroki Kameno.
Still, goalkeeper is down here in Mohamed Ajnas. You see the replay of the goal from Tatsuhiro Ura. Drove it in low. And as Mohamed Ajnas went down to make the save, looks like he's done himself a little bit of damage in the process. He's back to his feet now. And hopefully he's okay to continue. He hasn't walked off the pitch, and that is usually a good sign. And so on he'll go. So a good start to the second half for Japan. With a goal for Tatsuhiro Ura. Who scored 6 at the recent IFCPF World Championships, including 3 braces. Taniguchi down the right, gave it away as George worked it forward. Kumar providing the press and almost caught Toda cold. They've done well to work it away. Here's Kono. Looking forward for Ura, who will get to the ball here. They will be eyeing up yet another brace. Toda eyeing one up from range, could only find Ura, who returns it back to Japan's number 3. Good tackle back there from George. Toda sent it in towards the middle, not a bad ball, but no one there at the back post to convert it home. Goal kick for Ajnas. The direction of George. Kubo will let it run for Toda. Yoshiki Kubo looking for Ura, who's inside the box. Looking to open up a bit of space. Rolls it square. Kubo over the top. Wrapped his foot around the ball, fair enough, did Yoshiki Kubo. Just put too much power on it. The technique there was sound, almost too sound from Japan's number 10 in the end. It breaks kindly for Kubo. He rolls it square for Toda, who again was eyeing one up. Ura in the goalkeeper's eye line. India's still not clear and it's spilled in. Akahage will take the acclaim and Japan have a 5th. And you just wonder whether Mohamed Ajnas, with that delay earlier on when he was receiving some treatment, if it's taken its toll on him. Just couldn't quite get behind the ball in the end. And it ended up squirming in. He has made some decent saves today as the Indian goalkeeper, but couldn't keep that one out. Was Vinay who went in goal yesterday in the second half after Cheyenne went in for the first half, or the majority of the first half, I should say, in India's first loss. In what was, it's worth a mention, their IFCPF tournament debut. And also their international debut as well. A shot from range from Taniguchi. Offline. Also good to see a lot of watability representation here as well. An organisation that do a lot of work with people with disabilities as they're making their way forward. Here Japan with Kubo, parried right into the path of Tatsuhiro Ura, who does notch up another brace. Number 6 for Japan. And all of a sudden this scoreline really in danger of blowing out a bit. Great anticipation from Tatsuhiro Ura, who read very well where that ball was going to go, and once he got there was no other way that was going to end but with a goal. Singh. As far as Toda. Rolls it forward for Ura, who himself is now on a hat-trick. Look at the confidence he's playing with. Chops inside the box, helps it forward, they're raffling it, and somehow Riku Kono puts it over the top. It was unselfish football, first from Ura, and then also from Akahage. Just couldn't quite get over the top of the ball there, Japan's number 13. But there are plenty of chances being presented to them now. Looked like it struck the arm of Nitin Balian. Play goes on. Kubo. Elected to keep it.
Sorry, Matt.
Went forward. Sing all the way back to his goalkeeper.
I need to change battery here.
Who was able to pick it up. Just wonder whether there was questions of a back pass there from the Japan coach that was then waved off by the referee. Ura rolling forward. Kubo rolling it square. And again, presented with an open net was Riku Kono. And once more, he couldn't convert. That's because he was fouled. And we'll have another penalty on the way for Japan. Just he was trying to get to the ball. He was brought down in the area, as you saw on the replay. And with Toyomori off the pitch, he of course won't be taking this one. The responsibility falling upon Tatsuhiro Ura, who could have a hat-trick now himself. And when Toyomori missed the chance to bring up his hat-trick from the spot, Tatsuhiro Ura didn't, and it's number 7 for Japan. Penalty given away by Pandiyajaran Govindaraj. There might be a bit of squabbling over who takes home the match ball. As Vinish Maripili Rahman comes on for Naveen Malik. So number 4 off, number 10 on. As again, Mohamed Ajnas is down. Second time in the half that he's gone down, needing treatment.
Well, yesterday
And when heat is concerned, it can be very hard for players, particularly when muscles start to hurt a bit more and more hydration's needed. It's not easy at the best of times, and when you consider athletes with cerebral palsy, it can be made that bit tougher. Does look as though his race is run. And Vinay will take his place. Fair play to Mohamed Ajnas for going on as long as he can. Even after the first knock he had, he got up and carried on. Now his day is done, and Vinay, for the second time this tournament for India, will be brought off the bench.
Yeah.
the fourth official has the board ready. Just waiting for Vinay to meet him at the halfway line. And he's on now, India's number 11.
Substitution for India, number 8, Mohammad Ajanas, replaced by number 11, Vinay.
George again from kickoff going for goal. That one will just about disappear out of play for a throw. Or a roll in that case, as you can do in cerebral palsy football. Two ways of bringing the ball in from the side. You can throw it in as is traditionally seen, or you can roll it in from the side. One of a number of rule changes between 7-a-side football and 11-a-side football. Toda, unchecked, played it across for Akage. Edge of the area, elected to shoot! And it was a good decision in the end. Rifled one into the back of the net. And Japan have number 8.
Goal, Japan, number 2, Kenichiro Akaagi.
Good run forward from Tetsuya Toda. The ball found Japan's number 2, who put it into the back of the net for number 8. We saw yesterday a 10-0 scoreline. We saw a 14-0 scoreline. Question is, where's this one going to end up? Breaks kindly for Kubo. 15 to play. Toda sizes one up, blocked by George. Helped away by Singh. Toda to send it in and getting behind the ball, Vinay. First save he's made since coming on. Hopefully that's a confidence booster. Kubo to send it into the box. Puts it in towards the middle. Fresh air swing from Toda. We'll work it back to halfway. Just behind now for Taniguchi. Kubo in towards the middle. Already has 3. Kubo elected to shoot off the woodwork. And there was a hand there as well to help it on from Vinay. Behind for another Japan set piece. Into the middle. Singh. Actually the ball's scrambled away. Hage. And now Kubo. Play from Akage. Holding shot by Singh. Now to play for a Japan ball. Taniguchi sending his shot wide. Taniguchi. Now to play for An India ball in. Toda rolling it forward. Good work by Ura, who wants a fourth and now has one. Number 9 for Japan. And hasn't Tatsuhiro Ura shown something since coming off the bench? Looks a quality player. Got by one, right to the edge of the area. And side-footed into the bottom left corner.
Goal, Japan, number 8, Tatsuhiro Ura.
Very well done from Japan's number 8 to give Japan number 9. And he has the ball at his feet again, options left and right. Going alone, Tatsuhiro Ura, it's a great run! And it's a great block off the line as well from Govindaraj. Eventually goes behind for a corner. And we saw one in the first half from Naveen Malik. A block off the line, and Govindaraj has followed suit in the second half. Goalkeeper beaten, but Govindaraj wasn't. Japan will send it in again. Helped over the bar by Vinay. Short for Toda, who's inside the area. Back now with Kubo. It's the box now for Ura. And Toda again went with the side foot. George helps it away as far as Taniguchi. Toda, well played, cuts it back. Toda's there off the post. Taniguchi looking to reload it again for Japan. Kubo. In boards. Now for Ura, who forced a good stop out of Vinay. Cut out now by Kono. Cuts in field. Went to shoot, but it was knocked away by Raman. So have it in from the side again. Oh, Japan. Toda working his way forward. Parried away. Oh, as far as Ura, who couldn't quite get that one on target. He's seen the back of the net ripple from 4 of his shots already today. Toda. Playing it long, and it's wrong foot of the goalkeeper. Tatsuhiro is claiming that he's got a touch. He wheels away celebrating. What is definitely not up for debate is that Japan have number 10. And Tatsuhiro has been credited with the goal, which means he has number 5. Straight away he put the arm up. Was never giving that one to Tetsuya Toda. Attacking players, eh? Who wouldn't take the acclaim if it's a 50-50 call? Okay, the whistle goes, and looks like again we've got another penalty. It was a strong challenge inside the box. Looks like we have a 3rd penalty for Japan today. Inside the box. went Akahage. It's as though he was the player who put the foul in, but it also looks as though the referee had pointed to the spot. Of course, the referees don't have the benefits of replays, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. It looked a close one live. The ball had got away. From Akahage. So the ball had been taken. So Japan will break from the huddle. All the Indian players surrounding Vinay. As Japan will make another change.
Substitution to Japan, number 2, Kenichiro Akaragi.
So Akaragi comes off for Yamato Moto Nakano. And in fact, 2.
Apologies, number
Is
9, Yamato Moto Yakano.
an India free kick, which was the right decision all told. Toda. Now Taniguchi has worked forward for Tetsuya Toda, who will side foot one again off the post. Toda there on the turn. Plays it inside the box. Side foot from Kono. Blocked on the way there. And helped away again by George. Ura, who will go on, played low towards the back post. And there is Moto Nakano at the back post to tap home for number 11. Scored the only goal in a 10-1 loss as part of the Club World Cup, and now has 1 goal in what makes it an 11-0 scoreline that he's on the right end of. Looked like Rahman was teeing up the shot and then decided to play short. Singh couldn't quite get to the ball. Stealing in there was Ura, who has 5. Kubo for Ura. Go inside the box. Moto Nakano could have another here. His shot blocked. Sends it towards the middle. Ura's there! And that would have been number 6. Over halfway it goes. Just out of play for a throw for Japan as we move towards full time. Toda, sidestepping one, driving in low, could still break and does for Kono, who finally has his goal. Had a couple of gilt-edged chances earlier on in the piece, but that one he wasn't going to miss. Number 12 for Japan.
Goal Japan, number 13, Iku Kono.
It's Nakano firing wide. Nine goals to nil in this second half. That is now drawing towards a close. George sends it forward. Control down for Kubo. Working it forward, rolled square, that is beautiful football. Nakano applying the finish, but so much of the work was done beforehand. He's got his second, Japan's number 9, but it was brilliantly done in the build-up. Ura, Kubo, both involved before it was pulled square. And Nakano couldn't miss. Another 2 minutes at the end of the hour as this game reaches a conclusion. And he looks to try and get it clear. Ura's there again! And he's scoring again. It's a double hat-trick in the second half alone for Tatsuhiro Ura. And that equals the Paramatilda's effort from yesterday. 14-0, Japan lead. And with about 30 seconds to play, India now just want the final whistle. Do Japan have time for one more move forward? Ura wants it, cuts it back, Kubo arriving, he drags it wide. And that will be full time. A big win for Japan by 14 goals to nil over India. So much the damage done in the second half, where Japan piled on 11 after a first half hat-trick for Toyomori. It was a second half double hat-trick for Tatsuhiro Ura. And a flurry of goals elsewhere as well, as handshakes will take place between both teams. Full-time score in game 1 of day 3. India 0, Japan 14. Yes, 14. As we're a third of the way through the action here at the home of the Matildas for the day. To come, Thailand and Iran in just over an hour's time. That one will kick off at 2:30. And Japan will face Nepal in the women's side of things from 5 p.m, which will complete day 3. Big day ahead here from the home of the Matildas in Bondura, part of the 2023 IFCPF Asia Oceania Championships. We'll be back just before 2:30 to preview Thailand and Iran. See you then.